Yeah, I mean, I can see. I think it's probably because I'm old, you know, and I always believe in the Union. Like, I just think, no, it's not Great Britain, it's just Britain, because it's not so great now.
Yeah.
Right.
But, me personally, but I can understand where I've never talked to my family about it, because you can get into some little arguments.
Yeah.
Some of my pals who couldn't care less about the Scots,
Yeah.
I says, because you haven't got relatives in Scotland, most of them English, you know, and I think you've got the best of both worlds, where I'm like a Geordie, my dad, my ma's a Glaswegian.
Right.
I think I have.
Give
You know, I think I have. That's why I get caught in the middle, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So why do you think Scotland wants to get independent? Why do you think?
Well, I don't think England wants them to go on. Otherwise, you wouldn't keep on suggesting things that keep her there. Where Prime Minister would be saying, well, yeah, it's like me drinking with you and I didn't really like your company. And when you come to leave, I'm not going to offer you another pint to stay a bit longer.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. You know, you hand out the carrot and say, well, you to say, oh, well, fuck you. You know, I would just say, well, fuck you if you want to go on, go on.
Yeah.
But we now, English, well, I'm not English, I'm a fucking Geordie. I think, yeah, I'm a northerner, so I like to think you want to keep if we didn't want Scotland to stay, they wouldn't be suggesting all these things which are good for you. Then Standard Life want to chuck it in Edinburgh, OBS are banked with, and that West, all that shit,
Well,
you know what I mean?
Here's a question then. You say you're a northerner.
Aye.
Would you say you're more...
Your heart would be more up there.
I was going to say, would you be more sociably, economically closer to Scotland than London?
I just like the people,
right?
And the people like the Geordies. Everywhere I've went, when I've a holiday up there, like Aviemore, all over the places, I've never met anybody that you'd even get on with. But I think it's just because we're Northerners. Yeah. That's all I think. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying I had family in London and all that, you know, so I can't slate them and all. But I love Scotland, I love the Highlands. I love it up there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We have like Wales when we're there, but I mean in general, I just think I didn't think they won again, and I think all these youngins saying to the 16-year-olds getting the vote, I think a lot of these youngins are all the Braveheart bit, you know, and they're encouraged to fuck the English. Right. But that's wrong. You know, that's what I think.
Right, okay.
Because the youngins are easy influenced.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Well, the young ones are a bit disillusioned right now.
Well, that's what I mean. They don't know, and when you're getting all these great things, it's like when somebody say, "Oh, it's great actually, do that," and I like. When I was younger, I would have dived in two-footed. Now it's a bit, because you're a bit wise, I think. That's how the older ones, I don't think, want to. Younger ones are a bit more, we should.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I think.
Thanks for your time.
Cheers.
What's your thoughts about Scotland looking for independence?
I think it's a personal opinion. Everybody's got their right to their views. And in many ways, I think it's quite a good idea.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Because you are your own nation, so to speak.
Right.
And you've got a voice too, and if that's what you want, you should have it.
Interesting. What about yourself?
Basically the same opinion as my wife. You know, Scotland's a lovely place. Been up there a few times and everything. Mm-hmm. Wales has got its own, hasn't it?
I don't know. I've never been to Wales, not enough.
So I think Scotland, yeah.
So do you think that's the future? Do you think everybody's just going to look towards like independence, like Wales, Ireland, a lot? Do you think it's all going to happen?
In time.
In time.
Yeah.
Because once upon a time this used to be called Great Britain, but it's not no more.
Yeah.
No?
It's not no more.
What is it now?
Well, it's a national culture, isn't it? Everybody.
Is that a culture that's being lost?
I think so.
Definitely.
I think so.
Definitely. I think that's a lot of people's views, really. You know, we don't have a voice here, and if you get a voice, that's brilliant.
Then what about if Scotland became independent? What do you say to the opinion that English people would start moving to Scotland?
Well, again, that's their choice, if you know what I mean.
Would you move?
No, I wouldn't move.
Hey, what's wrong with Scotland? Hey, thanks for your time.
Nothing wrong with Scotland, it's beautiful. Thank you.
I think a bit bad idea.
Alright.
Not because I'm against Scotland having their independence, but I think for Scottish people it would be pretty disastrous, really.
Alright, why's that?
Financially, I don't think you make you a third world country financially.
You think so?
I think so, yeah.
I'll tell you what, instead of being on video, I'll just get some audio then. How's that?
Yeah, I'm not going on video.
Right, right, so what do you think?
I don't think it'll happen.
Oh, why's that?
I just don't think it will.
Do you want it to happen?
Well, I'm in England now, so it's... I mean, I don't know, I think...
I don't know what the problem is, so can you tell us? Scotland are trying to get their own, what? Currency and stuff, is it?
They just want to be
They want to
independent.
be independent, but I think that.
Well, I think we're all one country. I think you'll have to cut it and make a gap.
Would you think? Would you think
I
they
think
should
we're all one
include?
country. I think we should just all be the same.
Or would you think they should just include Newcastle in that?
Just stick together. Why do they want to
Why
be
do they want to be? Why do they want to be any different when we're all one country anyway? We're all in the same like.
I think it's they don't want to be ruled by Westminster. They don't want them making decisions for because like they don't really have a seat in Scotland.
But then,
Right.
I think it might be really bad for Scotland if that was the case. If they became independent, I think it would be bad for them. I think everybody would just like, oh well,
Yeah.
my French, fuck you then. You want to be on your own? Be on your own. I think everything will just go to pot.
Yeah.
Oil and everything.
So what? See when you say like things will go to pot.
I just
Do you think like
Scotland will
the sea will turn red and
Yeah,
everything will melt and
I think Scotland will crumble if they go independent.
yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know that much about it, so I can't
That's
give
fine.
an opinion.
What about you?
I think we should stick together and why don't we get a seat in Westminster?
Yeah. Why is that? If that's the problem, why don't they just do that?
Get a seat?
What do you think the Westminster should work harder in pleasing the Scots?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 And then-
Instead of pissing them off.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Good morning. I'm just here making a wee short film about what people south of the border think about Scottish independence. Do you fancy giving us a couple of opinions on camera?
I can, but I don't know if you like it though.
That's fine. Let's go. So, what do you think about Scotland trying to get independence?
I just think they should stay with us, basically.
Right? Why's that?
I just don't think you could cope, like Scotland as a country could cope on its own.
What gives you that opinion?
Well, I mean, they're saying that they want to stay with the pound.
Right.
Cameron said that. No.
Right.
You know what I mean? Why would you want a separate monetary unit sort of thing and when you're part of us anyway, really? I just think the UK should stick together, basically.
Yeah?
The only good thing about Scotland is the fact that, I mean, I love Scotland.
Careful, careful.
I do. I was engaged to a Scotsman many moons ago.
Right, okay.
But the fact that they don't have to pay for uni and stuff and prescriptions and stuff like that is something maybe England could bring on board.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Wales do that as well.
So why do you think England don't do that?
I don't know. I really don't.
Do you think that's unfair?
I do think it's unfair. I mean, my son went through uni and had to pay his dues, and so has my daughter's just finished. So I just think they should stay with us, really,
Yeah.
basically.
Would you miss them? Would you miss Scotland if the...
No, because I'd still go. I love going to Edinburgh for a weekend and stuff.
Right,
so.
okay then. Oh, you can stay at mine. Thanks for your time, okay?
Thank you.
Do you have an opinion? Bit shy?
No, I'll pass like.
Okay. Okay.
To be honest, I'm from Sunderland. I've never really thought of it, to be honest, but I think it's change as good as the rest of us. I think people want, they want to do, I don't know, right where it's democratically, they want to govern themselves, and I think it's probably right, because if you look at Eastern Europe, not that Scotland's like that or Wales or anything, but I think you should be given the chance. It's a free country, isn't it? You should be allowed to do what you want within reason, but I don't know, I think there's pros and cons for everything, to be honest, but I certainly think they should be allowed to have a go at it, or, if it's a case of, well, yeah, you can do it, but, do it for 30 years, see what things are like, but I think they're just throwing the financial issue, weren't they? Well, we've been helping you and stuff, well, hang on a minute, we're not going to propose it if we cannot, sort of defend ourselves and support ourselves financially, so, and I suppose, and I think so what's a little bit what Alex Salmon said, I think it was last week, about the oil industry and the gas and everything. He says, well, we've been supporting Great Britain for the past 30 years for that, so I think, no, I honestly think they should be allowed to do what they want, to be honest.
And what about you personally? Do you feel emotionally and financially closer to Scotland or England or London? Or Westminster, as you say?
To be honest, I'm probably a bit disillusioned financially, to be honest. I think it's...
disillusioned, you said there?
Yeah, I think the way I work in finance there for 17 years, and I've seen what banks and finance companies and have done to the man in the street.
Right, what have they done?
Well, they've just overloaded people with unnecessary credit, and that's down to the government. That was a long, long time ago when people have what they want. But I think I'm not drawn to I'm not drawn to Scotland and I'm not drawn to England. I think I'll probably sit in the middle, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm not go to work, pay my tax and pay my bills.
So just,
I'm not really
just live your life.
Well, that's it. Every day's a new day, innit? But I think, I mean, in terms of, you know, I mean, if, you know, I think people should be allowed to vote, and I don't think MP should stand and stop you having that vote, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, in a way, I think if, you know, if Scotland, you know, want to be independent, then why not? I mean, you look at, I mean, you could look at sort of what's happening in Russia now. The Russians have jumped into Kiev and think, hang on a minute, well, hang on, it's nothing to do with you, but no, I think it should be everybody's allowed to do what they want.
Okay, one final question.
Yeah.
If, say, Scotland does gain independence, would you, as a Geordie, you're Geordie, yeah? Geordie, Sunderland,
no, from Sunderland.
Sunderland.
I'm from
Oh, you're Sunderland from what, around this area.
Yeah.
Would you want to come with us? Would you want to join? Would you want to be independent as well?
That's a hard question. Wait, I don't know. It's.
No, I'm just asking that because, like, there was a poll that says English people would want to move to Scotland as well.
I think it would be nice for a change, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I think we've been governed, or should I say, dictated to, for the last. I mean, I'm 49, and as far as I remember, you've been told what you do and what you're going to do and what you're going to pay. And I think no.
Yeah.
I think it should be. Yeah, I think change is as good as the rest, isn't it?
Thank you for your time.